Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're back over on Kiasma's account to take a look at the best late to end game comps. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into it, this is going to be based off a White Sushi guide on Reddit. So if you haven't checked him out, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Fantastic on Reddit, has so many amazing guides out there. But this is what this is going to be based on now. A main criticism of my channel has been basically that there's not enough late to end game content on it. So between this account and I've joined a new guild on my Celestial Hypergene account of amazing people, more end game type players, I'm hoping I can get a wealth of knowledge of the late to end game for you guys and basically make enough videos to cover that urge. Obviously I'll keep doing my stuff because I feel like the end game is really nice to see, but a lot of people are going to struggle to be there at this stage, so you want to keep some relevant content to where you're at as well. So we'll have a bunch of everything all around content, hopefully round out the channel nicely for you guys. But for this one, we're going to check out the 3 top teams recommended for end game. And obviously, once you get this far in game where you have to make 5 teams, you're probably not going to be using these teams. This is more for when you have to have 1 or 2 teams, you know, around that chapter 30-ish. But once you get to this chapter 33 and you have 5 teams, these are using some of the best heroes. You're going to have to split them up to actually make it happen. Now, the other thing is this is going to be very whale-based teams using a lot of Celestials and Hypergenes. We can do another video covering basically the second tier of teams which uses more normal faction heroes, and we can go through that as well. Let me know if you want to see that. But this one, it's a bit of fun. We're looking end game, we're looking whale status, we're looking at Celestials and Hypergenes. So the first team we're going to look at is going to be this team. It's a complete lockout team. The whole team is based around, basically if you've done a similar comp in Ice Chimera but you'd use Rosaline, it's all about this Aziz. Basically when Aziz uses his ult, the enemies will not be able to use their ultimate for 3 seconds. When anyone else uses their ult, the enemies will not be able to use their ultimate for 2 seconds. Really nice. Aziz also has the energy increasing, which is super fantastic. The other thing about this team is obviously you've got Mahira. 1, she's got really good control. 2, she's got the whip, which is this one here, I think. Whip, which is going to increase energy and haste for your teammates when she whips them, which is really fantastic. Also, she's got the CC, she's got the healing. The other thing about her is, and this account doesn't have it yet, is that if you get her signature item to level 30, basically any excess healing past 100% is going to be converted to energy. So once again, she's going to ult faster and basically contribute to that lockout more often, and also make the enemies kill themselves more, which is fantastic. Then obviously we have the twins, who are fantastic. It's all about this ult. Also, the twins do have the link, which is going to give you more damage, but it's basically about the ult. The really nice thing about the ult is it does give you some CC immunity as well, but it's going to be that massive haste buff that you're really looking for. And then you have Rowan with his signature item. If we go here, signature item, which is going to be that energy potion, which is going to get you your first ultimate really fast. And then also obviously his ultimate, which is going to be this one here, which is going to increase the energy of your allies and the attack. He's just Rowan in my opinion is the best non-celestial hypergene hero in the game, so he's absolutely fantastic. Great hero for anyone to build, definitely recommend it. And then the final slot is going to be the Taylene. Now the Taylene doesn't have any, she's the only one on the team that doesn't have anything that contributes to the actual energy regeneration type thing. She does have the ability tied to her signature item that when she dies, she is going to recover more energy, but you know, hopefully you shouldn't need her to die, but if she does, she's going to get more energy and then basically ult as soon as she is revived. So not too bad there, but she is there purely as the carry, and she's just an amazing carry. She deals damage, she heals, she's just an absolute beast. So let's take a look at the team in action. I've just filled out fillers here because we're not actually going to win. This is obviously for single battles type stuff, and we'll just check it out on 1x speed so we can actually get a feel for what's happening, because it all happens really quick. As you can see, we had the twins ult, then we have the Rowan ult, and you can see the flame above the enemy's head. You can look at the blender there, see the flame with the crossout symbol. That's basically, if that's on their head, it means we've used the ultimate within the 2 seconds and they're not going to be able to do anything. And as you can see here, Mahira gets her ult. So this is perfect timing, because even though there might have been a gap there before the next ultimate, because Mahira was the last one to do it, you still have an extra 2 seconds where everyone is mind controlled that they can't do anything anyway. So it's really nice. As you can see, the flames pretty much have not gone off their heads this whole time. They might get a little gap here. They had a little gap there where they could have altered, but that was about it for the whole battle. So really, really nice. Now we'll check out the damage charts. This one. And as you can see, Taylene just carries the team with damage and healing, and the rest of the team is there just to lock out the enemies. Just an absolutely fantastic comp. Now, the other thing about this comp is why you really want to be looking to build this. Like, obviously it's a whale comp, but Taylene is just a fantastic hero. And on my Celestial Hypergene account, which for reference, I think I've spent about $150 or so on the Celestial Hypergene account that I'm playing, but I do already have Taylene Ascended. I do have Mahira almost at Mythic. I think I'm 1 or 2 copies away from Rowan getting Ascended, and then Aziz I'm slowly working on. But the cool thing is, if you just work on a Taylene as like your first Stargaze hero, but this, okay, before I get into this, I'm still not sure who people who have progressed to like chapter 25 without stargazing and then start stargazing. I'm going to suss out who would be the best one for you guys to do, but from my account where it was like you save from the very start all your diamonds and stargaze Taylene, it's a really good start, and I recommend doing it if you want a fun ult to play. But after you get that Taylene, then it's sort of Mythic Mahira can work just because she has the extra lives and stuff like that, and she basically functions anyway in the back row. Aziz is one, if you take him from the Challenger store, you can slowly build him up. Rowan, very easy, and then it just leaves you with the gap of the twins, which is a hard gap to fill because they are very vital to it. But all the others are really good heroes in their own right anyway. But yeah, for most people, it's going to be tough to get this. It is more of the whale comp, but hey, really cool comp. I actually love this this comp as well. Also, it's a great comp to build towards for especially like the Rowan and the twins and the Aziz for the Ice Chimera lockout, and it can just be used in so many things. They're all pretty good heroes in PvP as well. So just a really nice comp. Now, the replacements that he speaks about for this team are going to be Orthros, who is this guy. If you have him, but that's once again going to be a mega whale hero. Like, Orthros is one that's really nice for PvP as well. However, you're going to build all these guys before you want to build an Orthros, so not a very common substitute. Another one could be the Wukong. Basically, he's there to be the damage dealer, but he doesn't have the healing, so not as good as a Taylene. Still all right. And then the final one is going to be the new hero Oscar. Basically, this guy can dodge an absolute lot, and basically deal some nice damage. So he runs around, deals some nice damage, and dodges a lot, and just becomes basically like a substitute carry. But once again, neither of these guys are really going to take the cake over the Taylene, because the Taylene just has that added healing for the whole team, which is ridiculous. Plus, if she dies, she's going to come back anyway, so it's absolutely fantastic. But those are some options you can look at. Moving on into the second team on the list, and this one's going to be a bit more free-to-play friendly, because we are going to have the Nara and the Pharrell. It is still going to involve the Taylene. Then we're going to have the Athalia in there, and also the recommended hero for this one, you know, we're just going to take him out of here, and we're going to put like you in there. The recommended hero is going to be the Orthros. But once again, he is going to be mega whale territory, hard for people to get. So we're going to go with one of the 2 substitutes, being the Wukong. Obviously a great hero to work on from the lab store eventually. Probably don't want to be, like, if you're doing like if you're really early game going like Chimera carry, obviously build that first, but then Wukong is a great option, or Arthur, unless you're just going to buy the Arthur. But the other option would be over here is the Thorin, just because he's a thick tank and, you know, he can take a lot of damage. But because Wukong's cooler, we're going to use him for now. And the cool thing about this team is it's basically just a lockout team with a bunch of heroes that do a lot of damage as well, which is pretty much where it is. Taylene is going to be a pretty key point to this team because she is the only source of healing on the team. So tough to replace. You could probably put a Rowan in there. This is just my opinion. This is not what White Sushi was putting in. But maybe a Rowan just to, you know, provide some healing, but then the Rowan can't heal himself. So she's pretty much a pivotal point of this one. But the great thing is I do love using this comp with the Nara and the Athalia, just because it's a double single target lockout, which is really nice. Then you got the Pharrell with the 3 target fear. So if you get lucky with RNG, you could grapple this one, grapple the K source, kick the tree and then fear the other 3, and you've got a full enemy team lockout. And there's just a lot of damage going on here. Pharrell does nice damage, Athalia does nice damage, Nara does really good execute damage, Wukong, once he goes ultimate, he does good damage, and Tailing's just a beast. So really solid team. Let's check it out. Let's just go next battle. And we'll leave it at 1x speed as well. Now the thing to note here is that the Nara is going to lock out enemies longer than the Athalia is going to be able to. So if there's one you want to lock out harder, you're going to want to put the Nara on it. As you can see, Nara just, she starts shredding them. The Athalia has very bad gear. That's why she's dying in this one. I couldn't be bothered changing it. But if we look at the Nara, I don't think she's even going to get a chance to actually perform and execute because everyone's dying too quick. But you do have the Nara there to do some really chunky execute damage. Here she goes. She's going to hit the turtle. She can do it. She can do it. No, she didn't get the chance. Please, Nara, get the chance. There we go. Oh, she just missed the kill. Faction disadvantage on a tank. It's going to happen. But that is that one. We'll let this die, and then we'll check out the damage charts from that one. And as you can see, it's very well spread out damage. The Athalia, obviously poor gear, so she died really quick. But the thing is, you've got a lot of control and just a lot of good damage coming out from all the different heroes. So I do enjoy that team as well. Plus it's got the 2 more free-to-play friendly heroes, plus the Athalia. So basically that team on my Celestial Hypergene account, once again for reference, if I went for Athalia instead of the Aziz, like this is a very viable option for me. I already have her ascended, I already have him ascended. These 2, if I went for Graveborn from now on, I'd get them ascended fairly fast, and then Athalia just build from the shop. So this one is a more like, it's not a free to play team, but it's a more low spending viable team, obviously without the Orthros in there, and just using the Wukong or a Thorin in that place. But let's move on to the final team that we are going to look through, and I really do enjoy this team. This team is going to be another whale team, just because 2 of the heroes are not the first ones you'd probably look to build. Actually, one of them could be the first option, but for me on a Celestial Hypergene account, I'd probably always go Tailene. But this one is going to be basically a Khazard carry, which I absolutely love Khazard. I'm building him on the 530 account. He's really cool. You're also going to involve a Lucius and a Rosaline. And then in that final slot, a very key one is going to be the Arthur. Now with this team, it's basically all about boosting the Mihira and the Khazard. The Khazard is the carry in this one. He's going to do all the damage. But the Arthur giving crit rate to him and Mihira, and also haste to them, is going to be really nice. The Mihira is in there just because she gives you, once again, that 2-piece bonus for the Hypergenes, which is going to give you energy recovery. She also just gives energy recovery herself with the whip, and she has a massive AoE that's going to CC the whole team and make them kill themselves. For this one, Arthur is going to be required. It's a requirement that he's going to need a level 30 signature item. Without level 30, he doesn't really work at this stage of the game. The level 30 on his signature item is going to give him the healing of 5% per second, while he has 2 allies behind him, and it's also going to give him CC immunity, but also give those allies, he's going to be giving them the crit and haste, which is really going to affect this team. Now, up the top here, we've got the Lucius and the Rosaline. Now, these 2 aren't as vital. These 2 positions aren't as vital. It's basically all about boosting this Khazard, letting him survive, and then him carrying the team. So these you can swap out. Some of the replacements he looks at are Brutus, Tassi, and Namora. As you can see with this one, you don't have a normal, the only faction bonus you get is the 2-piece Hypergene bonus. You don't get any other bonus in there. I'm thinking we wait and see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it could be experimented with to put the to get the extra crit rate. You could put like an Aziz in there, or maybe even the Tailene, like a Tailene Aziz, just to see how it works. But you know, this is the recommended comp, so we're not going to try and reinvent the wheel. But this is the main comp you're going to look at. Once again, these 2 not as important. Basically, if you can let Arthur survive with these 2 surviving, it's pretty solid. The great thing about this is, even if the Lucius does die, the good thing about the Mihira, especially being at Ascended, is she has some survivability in the fact that she's got basically the 3 lives, which is going to help the team out. So let's just go in and take a look at it. And on this one, the Rosalind is going to follow the Arthur, and the Arthur is going to deal some huge damage. So let's just see how it operates. You're probably going to get the Lucius shield pretty quick. Arthur picks up his sword. Lucius is going to pop that bubble. Is he? Or is he going to die? Nah, he gets the bubble out. Khazad, once again, you're going to be your main carry. Gets that big AoE out. But watch this Arthur damage. Look at the Blinder. Boom. Does like half her health in damage. So the Arthur is, once again, he's followed by the Rosalind getting that attack buff from her boost. But still not too bad. But it's all about the synergy between the Mahira, mind controlling everyone. And then once they get low, they're going to be frozen by the Khazad. Is just really, really nice. And now we'll go ahead and look at the damage charts. And as you can see, that Arthur doing some really nice damage. Going to be about the Khazad. Different comps are going to have different, like if it's a longer battle, the Khazad's probably going to deal more damage, but not bad burst from that Arthur. And if you can get the Khazad to be higher, then Rosalind will follow him. He'll get more damage as well. But that is pretty much going to be it for those top 3 endgame comps. Let me know if you guys do like this kind of thing. I like going through it. Once again, those were more whale-based comps. We can go through some other comps that are more free-to-play friendly using just the general 4 faction heroes, but I thought this was a bit of fun to look at because we had most of them built. Obviously, Orthros being the only one we didn't. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.